Shut up! Shut up! Just shut your mouth!
I still have fond memories of that.
You should.
I really do.
You should. Hey, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Chris got a girl in in an elevator or some shit like that. She told you she was in the
I took the elevator.
Hardcore rape play or some shit like that.
She was into being dominated and completely controlled, and
you got into the role.
Well, that's what she wanted, and I told her she was taking the elevator down. And I took the stairs and caught her at the bottom. As soon as she popped out of that elevator, I grabbed her. Fucking, I didn't slam her on the ground, but I put her on the ground. She went, "Hey, stop. Shut up." Ripped the underwear off, that kind of thing. And for a brief minute, I was a little worried. I'm like, what if I'm not doing the way she likes it? This fucking rape here. You know what I mean? But no, it turned out
that's a tough line. That's a tough line right there. The girls are into some weird shit like that.
But you know what? I had been drinking with this girl 2 hours, and I'm sitting at my desk doing my work, and she puts one leg here and one leg there on the wall. Yeah. And I'm looking at the bean.
To be fair, I don't want anything to do with a girl that is into that, because something really damaging has gone on in her life, that she's sexually in the rape play.
She didn't want to get hurt or anything.
Well,
she
of course,
but feel still totally controlled. And the thing about it is, I would have thought the same thing. But the girl worked right across the hall for 2-3 years before I hooked up with her. And I'm like, well, she's not fired. She's not a crazy person. She still has a job. She's still there every day.
Well, she's still a crazy person. She's in the rape play.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I fucked. Shut up! It was hot though. I mean, it was hot.
You can hold a job and be crazy.
I mean, I didn't do like the rape thing. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? I didn't literally.
You didn't cat burglar or go through a window.
Yeah, and I didn't do the thing where she was like, because some of those women that get into rape play, they'll actually get all the way to like fucking crying, physically crying, and I'm like, if that happens,
that would be awful. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to really rape anybody, but I don't mind the role play games. I don't mind the role play games. Yeah. I like those.
I get you. Speaking of rape.
Oh, were we? I guess we were.
Speaking of rape, I'll tell you who raped someone this week. Joey Burrow raped the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, he did.
This motherfucker is back in LSU mode, just throwing dimes, nailing everything. Touchdown, 350 yards or some shit like that in the first fucking half.
Oh yeah, and all the naysayers out there who are saying, "Well, you're playing the Falcons." The Falcons have covered every spread.
First spread they didn't cover. The Falcons don't suck.
They don't suck.
They're not good. Well, I shouldn't say they don't suck. They kind of suck, but they're not horrible.
They're not getting blown out by anybody.
Exactly.
And anytime you think they're out of it, they manage to come back a little ways. And they got MVP Mariota is playing out of his head sometimes.
Sometimes.
They're not a walkover, is what I'm saying. They're not.
They're a good running team, which is typically the Bengals' weakness.
Right.
But they can't get after the quarterback that much, and that's typically true. A Bengals' strength. So, it goes either way. Right? This week's going to be very interesting. They're playing the Browns. The Browns have a hell of a defensive end, maybe one of the best, Myles Garrett.
And Jadeveon Clowney's no slouch.
Yeah, so they have defense. They can get after the quarterback, and they can run the ball. Those are the two Bengals' weaknesses.
Right.
So it is a little daunting. Burrow's never beat the Browns. Never has beat the Browns. We haven't beat the Browns in a few years.
We beat the Browns this week.
I think we beat the Browns.
The elephant in the room?
Chase is gone.
Yeah.
Great time there for Chase to be gone. I got a feeling that this isn't an injury that he couldn't play through, because he played through it during the Atlanta game. If you notice, that happened in the second half. He got hurt. He kind of winced around, but then he played in the first half rather.
Though. I mean, that's the kind of thing they don't fuck around with, because if you injure it worse, you could never walk again.
But it can be a hip contusion, which is just a bruise. There's a bunch of different things. Everybody
if it was a bruise, would they say 4 to 6 weeks?
No, but here's what I think they're doing. And maybe it's cocky of me to even think this way, but I think they look at the schedule. They see the Browns, they see the Panthers, they see a bye week, they see the Steelers. So those are 4 winnable games that you maybe don't need Chase. Now, if we didn't have Boyd and Higgins, of course, you would need Chase that whole time. But, these are 4 games that not against the best competition. I know the Steelers already beat us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it was a shit game, and I think Burrow's in a different mode right now. You know what I mean?
And there's no JT Watt.
He's found his stride. Well, I think Watt may be back by that game.
Really?
Yeah, but either way, we're about to get DJ Reader back here in a few weeks, probably after the bye. That's going to be a big plus.
We've matured a lot. We're a better team than we were the first 3 weeks.
Yes. Well, Burrow's a different player right now. Right. And the offensive line has gelled a little bit. They're still not perfect. Even though they're
a lot better.
You know what shocked me? The Athletic is my favorite website for sports. You got to pay for it. I pay like $70 a year to be on it. But really, it makes ESPN look like child's play. Just the writers and stuff are so much better. Anyways, they did an article on offensive lines, ranking them 1 through 30 through their stats, through their next generation bullshit stats, whatever they use nowadays.
We're in the middle?
No. The Bengals were number 3.
Oh, that's a joke.
A number 3. It was like, wow, I don't even remember the top 2. But, 2, and then the Bengals were not, I think the Bills, somebody else, and then the Bengals. The amount of pressures that Joe Burrow has gotten isn't really that much.
Cowboys probably,
The
too.
problem is that Joe Burrow, when he's pressured, is sacked more than any other quarterback. He takes sacks more than any other quarterback in the league.
He does.
So you have basically 28 teams getting more pressure on the quarterback than he's getting, but he gets sacked almost every damn time there's pressure, apparently. And I don't know if that's a Burrow problem. I don't know who to blame on that one.
He's not slow.
I'm not smart enough, I guess, football wise, but it just blew my mind that as far as if you just look up how many times they win their one-on-one matchups as an offensive line, they're number 3 overall in the league.
There's a big difference between having shitty tackles and having shitty interior. Because if your tackles suck, the whole thing collapses.
And who's been your worst?
Tackles have been our worst.
Well, who's been if you had to name one player?
Lael Collins?
That's what everyone would say. It's not right. It's the other side. Williams gave up so much more. I think our expectations for Collins are so high because he came in on the big contract and talked a lot of shit. But in reality, the guy's only given up 3 sacks. I think Jonah Williams has given up like 7 or 8.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely the worst.
But what I'm saying is if you're getting pressure up the middle, you've always got that outside to escape to if your tackles are doing their job. Our tackles are the ones that are weak on our line.
There's been a couple
he's got
times,
nowhere to go.
There's been a couple times where Collins has been blamed for sacks when the running back was responsible for that guy, shit like that. But us as people that, I know football, but I don't know football.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know exactly what every player is supposed to do.
No, but when they show it in slow-mo, which they do on every sack, you see where everybody came from, and you see
in your head where they should go, but that might not have been the original setup.
Well, and it's true because honestly, sometimes the tackle's assignment might be this guy. That's his assignment. Someone sneaks up right inside. It's not his job to pick that person up. It's a running back or someone else. There
was one this week where I thought it was the tackle's fault, but it ended up being the guard's fault. I guess the guard was supposed to fall back and hit the tackle on the outside, or hit the defensive guy on the outside, and he didn't. But if you just look at it from a layman, you're like, well, why'd the fucking tackle go inside when there's a guy right next to him? He should be hitting, and making sure they don't. But either way, I agree with you. I think the Browns win, or Browns lose. I think the Bengals win.
I do too.
And I think they cover. And someone else.
I'm a little nervous about a couple of things.
Good.
T. Higgins is much easier to dismantle when you're double covering him than Jamar Chase is. Jamar Chase can get away with getting double teamed a little bit and still find a way to get open. T. Higgins, not so much. So if they do decide to, with no Jamar Chase, if they say, okay, we're going to double team T. Higgins and leave everything up to Tyler Boyd. Now, Tyler Boyd can eat you alive if he's having a good game. But who's next? Stanley Morgan?
Hurst. You're going to go to your tight end a lot more. But now, as far as the 4th receiver is concerned, I think Michael Thomas is our 4th.
He probably is.
I don't like it. I really wanted them to go out and get a veteran this year. AJ Green was still on the market. Someone like that, I wouldn't have minded. I know they're not the best, but they're not expected to be the best. They're expected to come in emergency situations and be competent. That's all you really need.
Catch a few passes, right.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of our 4th, 5th people. Stanley Morgan I love, but not as a receiver. I love him as a special teamer. I love him as a blocker, stuff like that. He's not the best receiver. Michael Thomas, I've never been a big fan of. I still think he just has a job. Is that his name even, or am I saying it wrong?
No, it's Michael Thomas.
Okay. Either way.
There's 2 Michael Thomases.
Yeah, I don't know. The guy on our team came from L.A. with our coach, and I think he's only on the team because of his relationship with Zach and not really because of his talent level. In fact, they cut him at the beginning of this year, and I was hoping they weren't going to sign him back, but they did.
Yeah, it's Michael Thomas.
I mean, he's not awful or anything, but you can't really rely on him to be carrying a team or anything. But I guess the 3rd receiver, you're not really relying on to carry the team in general.
No.
If you're doing everything right.
Our 3rd receiver happens to be Tyler Boyd, who, to me, is...
We don't really have a 3rd receiver.
Top 3 slot receivers
we have a number 1 and 2 number 2s, kind of.
And there was veterans out there that were available to get picked. Jarvis Landry was out there looking for a team.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have been the guy because that guy's a starter.
He's a
slot, so he'd be a replacement for Boyd, which we don't need. We need someone that can stretch we need, Chase, someone like that. And there's not many people like that. But even as a backup, I just don't see anything we can do with that. So they're just going to have to scheme different and get there. I think Hurst is going to play a big role. And hopefully Higgins steps up a little bit.
Hurst has good hands. I mean,
I like him.
He'll catch the ball. Yeah,
it's a great play.
I love the way he runs hard after he catches. I love him as a tight end, and he actually can block.
Yeah.
So I think he's a solid tight end. I'm a little uneasy about the fact that Mixon just hasn't come around. Now he's getting a lot more yards than he did the first 3 weeks, but he's not playing Mixon-like.
Nah, but he's getting better. I ain't worried about Mixon. I think it was the way they were using Mixon that was a problem more than Mixon himself, but who knows? Like you said, he's coming around. He has to change his role. He's not... They're not going to use him the same way they used him a few years ago. He's going to have to be the guy that can catch out of the backfield a bunch and run from shotgun and shit like that. That was nothing he ever did before. So take a little of adjustment time there. And shit, they adjusted their whole offense mid-season. Now they're only a shotgun team, basically.
Yeah, they are, but they look like if we're going to be a running team, it almost looks like you have to have two guys in the backfield and one of them blocking. Not like an I formation where a fullback, but I'm talking like have P right on one side, Mixon on the other.
You just don't see that much anymore, though.
No,
you really don't. Not in the league. It just doesn't work, I guess, anymore. I think the linebackers are too fast. There's just... You have to be more tricky nowadays. Yeah, you can't just beat them on pure athleticism or strength. Nowadays, you got to pretty much fucking...
Well, I think the Bengals win this week. I give them a touchdown. I think they walk on the Panthers. Then we have a bye. You're right. It's probably a good time for Chase to be out.
I said 6-game winning streak. After they lost to Baltimore, I was like, we're going to win the next 6 games.
I don't think we lose to Baltimore next time we play them.
I don't either. The only game I'm really afraid of right now are the Bills and KC.
I'm scared shitless of Bills.
And Kansas City. I mean, I know we beat them twice last year, but they're still really good.
Right. But here's the problem with the Bills. Yeah, Kansas City's stud. And I'm scared of them as well. But the Bills have the exact kind of offense where our defense is lacking. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to – we don't have the greatest linebackers in the league. We got a great secondary. We got good guys on the front, and we have so-so linebackers.
Now, Logan Wilson's pretty damn good.
He's good, but is he going to be all-pro? Probably not.
No, but only 2 people are all-pro.
Right.
So, and
actually, there's no more all-pro, is there?
Either way, Logan Wilson is playing all-star caliber.
And Jermaine Pratt's not playing bad. He's playing fine for
They
him.
got good linebackers. They don't have great linebackers.
Those guys are going to have to cover running backs occasionally.
It just doesn't matter.
They're going to have to try to catch up to fucking Josh Allen, who's going to be taken off and run outside.
It'd be better if it was Jared Allen. He was out there with that mullet just throwing shit. All right, let's get off the sports. But first, let's have a little visit from our buddy.
And let me brag a little bit.
And go ahead, brag, because
$50 winner.
Yeah, you did win on the
on the Pick'em League. And I was close 2 other weeks. I'm actually doing okay.
We're going to have to pause this and do a bunch of other shit real quick because I did fuck up. So
fucking up's okay.
Yeah, fucking up's all right. It'd be better if I wasn't as bad a fucking up.
Yeah, that's our thing, though.
But oh shit, let me get back to us right here. Yeah, carry a conversation when I figure this shit out.
So Pick'em League, I was your winner.
Nick Marchetti here, world's best crap dealer and owner of a gaping butthole.
Oh man, that's no good. This is getting really right here.
Discussion about gaping assholes on last week's show. I've decided.
All right.
Nick Marchetti here. World's best
fucked
crap
up
dealer.
again. Well, the good thing is the people listening, they don't fucking know that I suck at this game, but I do have it now, so it's not a big deal.
So at the end of the year, I get $50 regardless of how I do overall.
No, I'm going to give that to you. I should have gave it to you already. I usually give it to people already.
Oh, okay, I get it already.
Yeah, here he is. Here's our buddy Nick.
Nick Marchetti here, world's best crap dealer and owner of a gaping butthole. That's right, kids. After listening to the discussion about gaping assholes on last week's show, I've decided to come out as a gaper myself. Now, don't get any big ideas. I don't take dicks in my pooper. I just happen to have a shoplifting addiction. With the right lube and a few poppers, my butthole is relaxed enough to steal a Maglite flashlight from Walmart. One time, I actually turned the motherfucker on. So I had to trick the slow adult checking the receipts that I had a choo-choo train coming out my asshole. Right? I was 3-0 last week, bitches. I'm in the zone, and at 8-10 for the year, I'm looking to get above 500 this week. So take the Jags, -3 against the Broncos in jolly old England. Nathaniel Hackett is a fucking hack of a coach. He's going to prove that once again in front of a bunch of goofy-ass Brits and their shitty teeth. Next, take the Falcons -4.5 at home against the Panthers. Last week was an illusion. The Panthers suck, and the Falcons suck just a little bit less. Combine that with the fact the Falcons are playing at home, which allows the team to visit their favorite hometown Atlanta strip club for a good luck lap dance before the game. Local titties are lucky titties, right? Finally, Take the Bengals minus 3.5 on the road in Cleveland. Sure, the Browns can get after the quarterback from the defensive end position, which is the Bengals' weakness. Sure, the Browns can run the ball better than most teams, and the Bengals are missing their best D-tackle and linebacker. But like the great American hero The Rock said, it doesn't matter. Joey Burrow is in psycho mode and will take an early lead and make the Browns work from a negative game script. Eat a dick, Nick Chubb. You're not getting the ball. All right, that's it. I have frogs to lick. Until next time, remember to power pressure field bets and never keep a barrel full of chopped off feet from all the hookers you've murdered in your bedroom. The shit's gonna stink. Right? 5-2. I'm through. Marchetti out.
You know, the guy has one or two good weeks finally, and now he's just fucking full of ego.
Oh, that's the way Marchetti's going to work. If he ever gets any good weeks, he's going to brag about it throughout. But only 2 games under 500 with that horrible start.
I don't like his Jacksonville pick.
I don't care what you like. What
I don't like it.
Are you a big believer in Russ?
No,
Is Russ
but
going to cook up a meal over there?
Jacksonville's awful.
Yeah, so is Denver.
Yeah, I know.
They're
but
worse.
I think they're less awful than Jacksonville.
I don't. I think Denver's worse
now,
than
our buddy
Jacksonville.
Gary Kazel, the sports handicapper.
Yeah, kind of.
He swears. He said, I guarantee you after that Monday night game, Kareem Hunt is gone.
The Monday night special. Really?
That's a trade deadline's coming up. He said Kareem Hunt is gone. You can bet your house on it.
He should be. They'd be dumb not to trade him at this point.
Yeah.
They don't really use him that much.
And he wants out.
Well, yeah.
He wants to start.
He's a number 1 running back.
Yeah.
That guy, he had the talent to be the best running back in the league.
By far,
but
when he was at Kansas City.
If he's used properly, he's not really meant for Cleveland's offense. He's meant for an offense like Kansas City.
Right.
You know what? He'd be fucking great at Cincinnati. He'd be a Joe Mixon upgrade. Is what he is. I mean, he really is. He's like a better version of Joe Mixon, but he can catch, he can run. The guy's really good. I'd like to see him.
I agree.
God forbid if he somehow ended up on the Bills or something like that.
Well, I think they're pretty set on Singletary as far as running backs go because they don't run the ball that much.
No, but they catch a lot out of the backfield. Hunt's
but they
really
do.
good at that.
And they got that rookie kid that's playing with him that they've been using a lot.
I'm just telling you, they get
bad.
Kareem Hunt. Good luck.
Oh,
I mean, good luck already.
Yeah.
But really good luck. It's like McCaffrey going to the 49ers, though. Everybody thought that was going to be a huge thing. But the 49ers really, I don't know. I just feel like that's a really overrated team. Everybody just tells you how great they are. And then you look at their record, you're like,
if you look at their fucking defensive line, you're like, that's the best.
Well, that's
in the
what I mean.
league.
On paper, I think they're really, really good.
Yeah.
I just think they have, for whatever reason, they have a hard time putting it all together. And I'm just not a Jimmy G guy.
I'm not a Jimmy G guy.
And with that being said, he's still better than Trey Lance.
I agree.
But either way, they just don't have a quarterback, really.
Right.
The running back's not their thing. But with McCaffrey, who knows? He might end up being giant. Speaking of sports, though, let's go right back to it a little bit, but not really. We have an email this week. We haven't got an email in a while. And all of this is this little motherfucker just bragging. So,
well, you know what? When a guy like this needs to brag about something, just give it to him.
Just let him have it?
His life is so otherwise pathetic. The guy works, sleeps, plays video games, and then goes out to play darts.
He's a darter. All right, here we go. Email. Hey, it's the emails, and of course, when we say dork, we're talking about our boy, that hairy guy. Hey, dick trainers. I do like that term.
It's a fact.
I'd like to start
my
this.
Dick.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's
Just
not a
my
fact.
dick.
Speak
Just
for
my
yourself.
Dick.
It's a fact.
I drain my dick.
Okay, fair enough. Most people do. All right.
Everyone does.
I don't think when they're calling you dick trainer, they're talking about your own dick, though.
Well, no, but I drain my own dick.
All right. I mean, I know whenever someone calls me a cocksucker, I think, yeah, I suck my own cock from time to time, but it's not a big deal.
How?
Huh?
Is there anything you can tell me that would enable me to be able to suck my
I
own
put
cock?
peanut butter on my dick, and then I put a Jason mask on Woofy. And I just pretend it's me sucking my own cock. I'm an illusionist. You know, I'm friends with Darshwood. He caught me a trick or two.
Darsh.
The old Darsh. All right. I'd like to start this email out by saying that I am sorry that I have taken time out of not writing into the show, but for good reason. That no good pecker pumping cum guzzler, Get Pussy 69, has finally decided to show his face once again. I'm proud of you, GP. I'm proud that you noticed you can't just sit in the shadows and be the number 2 best fan of the SUC podcast. But I've idly sat back and waited for return email, a follow-up, if you will, from your latest grand reappearance. But you're back to hiding like a little pussy ever since your beloved bitch-ass Braves were eliminated from the playoffs. Fuck the Braves, fuck Atlanta, and fuck that pussy prancing first baseman Freddie Freeman. All right. Strong feelings there. I don't know what he's mad about, but whatever.
Freddie Freeman's a beast.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But whatever, fuck him. He does look...
Well, yeah, you could say fuck him.
I don't like the way he looks.
No, I think he looks like he's carved out of cream cheese. He's got that big fucking... He looks like a Kevin.
Yeah, I just not a fan of Freddie Freeman's face. All right. I also want to take a moment to thank you, Jason Bauman, for allowing such shit competition in your Spread'em League. This shit is so easy. I look forward to collecting some of Marchetti and Shingo's money every week. And thanks to Chris for running the fantastic Survivor Pool Elimination Challenge. That shit was free money. The only question I would like answered this week is what's the update on the celebrity death pool? I've gotten so tired of winning all these sports leagues that I'm looking to cap off the year with death. Yee. Well, hey, you know the hairy guy's credit? He has done a lot better than I ever thought he would in these Spread'em leagues and these football
he won
leagues.
The Survivor League.
Because when I talk to him, I don't really think of him as like a sports fan. He never really talks about sports. Maybe every so often, but his insight's usually not something I would consider as some guy that knows his shit.
I'm not saying that he did it this way, but the Survivor League winner, if you look at it every week, it was the prettiest helmet picked.
Oh, you go with the prettiest helmet?
It kind of looks like he could have. Prettiest helmet.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
It could have been.
Yeah, he is a pretty helmet kind of guy. As far as the Spread'em League, I got a feeling he's going to the internet and he's finding these Spread'em guys and just copying their picks.
Might be.
I think he's just copying other guys' picks, and I don't respect that, goddamn it.
I go click, 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 click.
I don't do a damn bit of research. I just look at it and go, yeah, there's no fucking chance. Yeah. Yep. And every time I'm like, nailed it. And then at the end of the week, I'm like, fuck. Glad I didn't spend any real money on this shit.
Is he on top of the leaderboard for the year?
I think so. He maybe not anymore. But, and as far as the update on the celebrity death contest, no one died. I mean, no one that anybody's had has died, so it's...
You know, it's so funny because when a celebrity does die now, I automatically know that nobody in the pool had him. But then I start thinking, fuck, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of people that die where I'm like, man, I should have thought they were going to die, and I didn't, but...
Is that the...
the hairy guy is up by 2.
Where am I?
He's up by 2 picks. You are...
Right in the middle.
Yeah, you're right in the middle. But remember, this will change at the very end, too, because it drops your lowest pick week. So it drops everybody's lowest pick week.
Oh, very nice.
So it's going to give people some... It'll go up a little bit. But either way, hey, congratulations, hairy guy. Of course you're doing well. What the fuck else are you going to do? You're not out on a date. You know, you're not spending any time with your relatives or your children or anything. You got nothing to do. You better fucking win these sports leagues. Otherwise, what's your excuse? All right? You're a fucking loser. Of course. You're going to win shit like this. That's what losers do. They win shit that don't matter. All right? The rest of us are out there not dying alone. Good luck dying alone with your $50 fucking dollars.
I was
asshole.
actually going to do something for him. Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I plan on taking my $50, just pissing it away.
Well, of course.
Yeah, but I mean on just stuff that nobody needs.
Just trinkets?
Well, I'm actually, for a new segment, I'll probably buy some sex toys with it. But anyway, I was I'm going to look for like a big fucking dart tournament. Like a world championship dart tournament.
Are you going to get a nerd.com and figure it out?
Yeah, geek.com.
Right.
And everybody throws in $5 and you pick one darter. And whoever's darter goes farther wins the money. And I'll bet you Hairy Guy won't fucking win.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, well, he probably has some favorites. It's like me with MMA. I'm going to pick someone I really like, not really the guy that I really...
Yeah, I mean, I give Hairy Guy credit. He won the Survivor. He's won 2 weeks.
Congratulations, Hairy Guy.
But at the same time...
Still a loser.
He hasn't seen a pussy in probably 10 years.
10 years is nice.
Yeah.
No, I think he has. I think Hairy Guy gets the occasional puss.
I think prostitutes.
But no, I think it's like fat Tinder hookups and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just believe nowadays, if you put any effort, you can get laid. And if you have no, qualms about who you're
but
fucking.
I think if it takes more than 3 pounds of pressure for you to be able to pull that shit apart to see the lips, it doesn't count.
Okay. I could kind of get into that.
I mean, if this girl looks like 300 pounds of chewed gum,
yeah, but what if
doesn't count.
What if he's just getting a little blowy? Just a little blowy for his boy,
Blowy's not pussy.
don't know, but I mean, for someone like him, it's about as best you're going to get, right? I mean, it's not a bad thing.
No, I think I bet you if you check in his closet somewhere, you'll find two. I
mean, we know lots of people that haven't had either in a long, long time.
Very true. I just put him on the list, but those people haven't won the league twice. So I'm not going after them.
I really do think that hairy guy gets them because I think he puts the effort into trying. I just think the quality is not there, and I think that, it's not happening very often.
I'll bet my left nut on the fact that the quality's not there.
Yeah. It's not these hot Latinos in Chicago or whatever.
I guarantee every girl that he has banged in the last 2 years, the types of girls that we sit around the fire at the cabin trip just fucking ripping.
Well, I don't think he's banged a girl that weighs less than him.
Oh, not a chance.
You know what I mean?
No way. I guarantee.
I don't know how much hairy guy weighs, but I mean,
he's doing the BBWs all fucking day.
Oh yeah.
And they're Tinder BBWs with fucking different kind of complexes or whatever.
Yeah, it's not going well.
I do want to.
Someone shouldn't be so braggy that lives that life.
No, see, and I did.
I'm not braggy.
I've been on a couple of these dating sites to see what they were all about, even though I don't want to date. But everyone says, no, they're fucking hookup sites, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And everyone tells me that the number one site for just hooking up is Tinder. Now, I've got 4 friends that I fuck. I don't need to. But I just wanted to do it and just to see if everybody was right. Because I think on most of these dating sites, like I even looked around on Tinder, it said, looking for a relationship, looking for long-term, blah, blah, blah. So how do you crack the ice on that case and say, well, I'm just looking for pussy?
You say that, well, without the pussy part.
Right.
I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm looking for fun. You just call it fun.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah. I'm looking for fun. I'm not looking for a long-term commitment.
Okay.
Something like that. But be upfront about it.
I wonder if
don't waste anyone's time.
I wonder if I opened a Tinder account and looked around how many people I would know on there.
I'm sure a decent amount.
You think?
Yeah. I think most single people have those.
Really?
I think. I'm not sure. I haven't been single.
I
was just talking to Shingo about that the other day. Like, it kind of sucks that I never got to experience that. I would have liked to go through the online dating thing and see how it worked and see, what you could get.
See, because the online dating thing to me anymore isn't desperation like it used to be.
No, it's just normal.
It's just normal.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I have, my 4 fuck buddies on a rig, and then every now and then, every few months, I'll meet a new one and hit it once kind of thing, But it seems like if these things are really hookup sites, you might get lucky and find a diamond in there every now and then, freak like me. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm sure. I don't think they're Tinder people, though. I think they're one of those other ones, and I don't know any of them, but I think some of them are more for just fucking than others.
Right.
But either way, I don't understand people that shit on that. Like, I think you're better off finding someone on Tinder than you are finding them at a fucking bar. I mean, where do you meet girls these days? Or just any days?
At your work or
any
at
days.
a bar?
It's either work or a bar. Exactly. And everybody knows work's not the best place to be hooking up with girls.
Worst place.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't say the worst place. I met my wife at work and everything, but especially when you're getting later in life and you're into a career, it's just not the best idea to be fucking people at work.
Right.
And then the other place you're going to meet them is a bar. Well, once you get to a certain age, I mean, really, a 43-year-old single girl at a bar, is this really the one you want? Well, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but see, the difference there is now, because divorce is so fucking prominent.
Yeah.
Chances are she was married for 20 years and split up and doesn't know how to start over again.
Okay, there's a chance, but I wouldn't say the percentages are in your favor on those chances.
No, because I think most of those women will just end up going to the dating sites.
I think at Tinder you're going to get, obviously everybody puts their best foot forward on those stupid dating sites, but you're going to get more of an idea who this person is than you are as a meetup at a bar.
Right.
And work, obviously you'll get to know who they are. It's just a bad idea. Bumble. But Bumble, I heard, is more for just meeting friends, which is just, now that's fucking dumb. You shouldn't be going to websites for friends.
I got enough friends.
Exactly.
You know what I guarantee Harry's got a Bumble. If that's
you think he's got a Bumble?
Oh yeah.
I know one person has a Bumble and they're a girl, so
Must love darts.
Yeah, must love darts. Fuck them. All right.
You know somebody with a Bumble and it's a girl?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we've had Whoopi on here.
It's Wednesday. Or when we record, she just can't do it. We'd have to do a weekend recording.
Whoopi's the Bumble one.
I don't think she's the type that would have a Bumble.
No, I don't either.
No, I don't think Whoopi's the one that's going to fuck someone she works with or Something like that. Or just keep on going back to the same old dick. It's just, I think it's what she's at right now. She just hits back to the old ones that she's had before.
F capital.
Yeah. Yeah. My buddy. And then a couple others too. I don't know if she still does or not, but that's been a thing with her for a while is when she's single, not really to go out and look for new dick, to go back to the old dick, and have those kind of things.
And by the way, last thing I'm ever going to say on football, can somebody in our league just beat Fag Capital one time? So
no one knows what you're talking about besides the people in the fantasy league. So to just throw out that word and that name.
I only said it because that's the name.
No, that is his name on there, and he's not.
I just want one person to be.
It's not a homophobic thing. He's a Tom Berneman hater, and he's just going on that whole thing. But yeah, he's killing it in fantasy football.
I'm only one game behind, but only 20 points.
You got an asshole?
Yes.
All right. Asshole of the week.
I do have an asshole of the week. I've never seen the man's face.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
not important for our assholes.
And it's an actual thing that happened to me 2 days ago.
Okay.
His name is Todd Kleinman. Now that gets me sued. It gets me sued.
Sounds like a lawyer.
I get a phone call, and it's a scam likely, and I like to answer those and fuck
you
with
like
people.
to answer all phone calls.
Todd Kleinman. He goes, "Hi, how you doing, Chris?
Don't get mad at me.
Are you still residing at this residence? Blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Yeah." He knows me. I thought he was going to say, "Hey, by the way, you have a medical bill for $80 you owe." Blah blah blah. It wasn't. Mm-hmm. He was like, "I was just calling to see if we could count on your support to elect JD Vance." Okay, and that's the exact words that came out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And I said to him, "Well, Todd, you absolutely cannot expect my support to elect JD Vance. As a matter of fact," I said, "now that you've called me, I feel like wearing a sandwich board and walking around for fucking Tim Ryan. And I'm not a Tim Ryan guy either, but I will be voting for Tim Ryan. Anything to keep JD Vance out."
Tim Ryan's the only person I'm voting for this election. I'm skipping all the other ones for Tim Ryan and some issues. That's it.
And some judges. And this fucking pollster sat on the phone with me telling me all of the wonderful things that JD Vance was going to do for me. Not for Ohio, but for me. And I said, "Todd, you are out of your fucking mind." I said, "That guy you're working for right now is a crazy person. Absolutely insane. And I will not have a fucking junior Trump in the state of Ohio." And he goes, "Well, I'm sorry you feel that. Is there possible I can send you some literature on his background and his platform?" I'm like, "Absolutely not. Go fuck yourself."
We get it. Listen, buddy, his mom was a pillhead. He wrote a fucking book. He got a little bit famous. He feuded with Trump. Then he changed his fucking mind and became best buddies.
Well, because he realized that, hey, with Trump's support, I can get some votes. Right?
That's how he can get elected. He's bullshit. Fuck that guy.
So, yeah, Todd Kleinman, go fuck yourself. You're my asshole of the week.
Fuck you, Todd Kleinman. I don't really give a shit much about you as much as I fuck JD Vance, but
right.
Yeah, sounds like an asshole to me.
Can we count on your support?
My asshole of the week, and I don't know if you've heard of him. He's been around for a little while now. He's been around forever, actually, because he's old as fuck, but he's been in the news in the last few years.
Why me?
No, not you. I wasn't calling you old. This guy's much older than you.
Cool.
Mattress Mack. Old Mattress Mack. He's a fucking mattress salesman down there in Texas.
Okay.
And his big thing every year, and especially for the hometown teams, is he puts these gigantic fucking bets up. And then make a big
he's
deal
that
out of
guy.
it.
He's that guy.
And he's in Houston this year, so he has $10 million on the Astros to win the World Series. If they win, he wins $75 million. Because these were all future bets and such that he put on. Fuck you, Mattress Mack. We can't have the Astros out there winning. I like Dusty Baker. I'd like to see him get a ring, but I can't have the Astros out there fucking winning after their cheating scandal. All right, I want at least 20 years past. You need 20 years of go fuck yourself before I want the Astros to win again. That I feel good and the people in that organization are completely out of that organization. Not only that, but fuck you, Mattress Mack. You're not really risking $10 million because this is the trick that he does. Kind of fucking genius, but fuck him anyways. Is he makes this deal on his furniture. I don't think he just sells mattresses. I don't know what he is. He owns some big stores down in Texas. But anyways, he makes these gigantic sales on these furniture, and if the Astros win, after the Astros win, you can come back and get 50% of what you paid back. All right. So let's say you spend $6,000 after the game, you come back and you get $3,000 back. And he does this to hedge it because what happens is shitloads of people are going to come out and take that chance, especially Astro fans. We're going to win. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And if they lose, you get to keep all that money that they spent on all those furniture that's probably super overpriced to begin with.
Right.
if the Astros win, well, you win $75 million at the sports book, so it's not a big deal for you to give $10 million of your sales back. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Mattress Mack's winning fucking either way.
Pretty smart, though.
No, fuck him. He's an Astros fan. He's an old fucking Republican. I'm not interested in Mattress Mack. He's an asshole.
But the Astros are a much better team.
Yeah, of course. The Astros are really good. That's the fucking problem. I hate it.
Yeah, and I could easily say
there's no winners this year.
Fuck Bryce Harper. Because I hate Bryce
exactly.
Harper.
I was about to say that. There's no winners this year.
No.
Even in that Final Four, there was no winners. All right? I was going for the Padres, but the Padres went out and just spent so much fucking money. Should I respect that?
And then
just had the biggest...
And their best player is out for the whole fucking season for fucking drugs?
Well, I don't care about that. But I just...
That's what I'm saying. The most money they spent on was the guy that went out and got himself in trouble. No,
they went out and got Juan Soto.
Well, yeah, but he's not as... Oh, yeah, they did. But he's not as expensive as Tatis's last contract.
I think he is. I think Juan Soto broke the bank.
Really?
But either way, their payroll was so fucking giant. Yeah. Like, what am I just respecting the guy with the biggest wallet? But you can't root for the fucking Yankees.
Right.
You can't root for Bryce fucking Harper. And you can't root for the Astros.
So, no, literally, I'm with you. This is probably the World Series, and I love baseball, that I am the least interested in who wins in the last 20 years.
Yeah, well, everybody knows me or listens to this podcast that baseball's not... That's fallen out of me for years and years and years. Unless the Reds are good, I'm pretty much out of it pretty quickly. I don't care. But this one is the worst in a long time, where I just really do not give a fuck. I'm rooting for Nick. You know what I mean? Like that. That's it. Castellanos or whatever.
Yeah.
I never could say his name because I'm an idiot. But that's about it.
But you root for Nick, who, by the way, has not had a stellar year.
No, he's not had a great year. But hey, I hope I like you. But then again, I like Dusty Baker.
I love Dusty.
I love Dusty Baker. So that does bum me out a little bit. I guess I can take solace in the fact of knowing that one person I like is going to get a ring.
You know who hates Dusty Baker?
Who?
Jim Pope.
Yeah, well, a lot of Reds fans did. They blamed him for a lot of shit they really shouldn't have. And look, they've been a lot worse ever since he fucking left. So I don't understand why that's such a big thing. But I don't know. I hear there's someone coming around that's going to give us a little advice right now. Is he ready?
Oh, yeah. You are now tuned into Sex Advice from an Aging Cocksmith.
I really like the wooey woo at the end.
It's me, your Aging Cocksmith.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, here I am. And last week I gave you some fantastic advice on the noble art of cunnilinguistics. And this week I'm back with more advice for you. A lot of guys have this problem, and I'm here to help you solve it. And that is premature ejaculation, coming too fast.
Hey, this can happen to your co-host every once in a while.
It can happen to every man. It can happen to every man, but I'm here to help you stop that.
See, the trick for me is always just to blame her. Well, maybe if you fuck me a little bit more often, I'd last longer.
Well, you know what the what the fucking average dildo says? Someone like a hairy guy or someone who thinks they're cool.
You're just too hot.
Yeah, you're just too fucking... I couldn't help it. You're just so hot. Yeah. Fuck off.
Yeah, that's
your eyes are closed anyway.
And I'm going to tell you guys all here. Once you're married for 10, 15 years, that's definitely not going to get you anywhere. All right.
But I'm going to give you 3 pieces of advice on to keep your heart on and to prevent you from coming too fast. First one is very simple. When you're fucking, here's the problem. Every man can feel the nut starting. And he doesn't have the self-control to fucking stop or slow down. He just says, oh, I want to stop, but this just feels too fucking good, so I'm going to go with it. So here's what you're going to do. The first thing. You're going to reach down to the very base of your dick. Give me that black candle. Okay. You're fucking. Okay? And I'm telling you, these are medical things.
Great cock catch.
These work. You're going to go down to the base of your dick, and underneath, where that vein is, you're going to squeeze. You're going to squeeze. What that will do is take your orgasm and say, oh, it's not time. And it's going to go back up in you. Okay? And then you'll have to start the process all over again. Now, if your process was only 3 minutes to begin with, well, in 3 minutes, you're going to have to repeat this unless you go to the second step. Okay, you're fucking. Okay? Nuts. You'll stick your finger underneath your nutsack to the base of your bag in your taint, and you will push that finger up. That's where everything pumps, and you can feel everything.
There's a
pumping.
stop button?
There's a stop button.
Wow.
And it's right underneath your nutsack
I never
at the
pressed
base
the
of your
stop
taint,
button.
where your taint meets your butthole. Or no, where your taint meets your balls.
Yeah.
You just push your finger or your thumb up there, and you hold it there for about 4 or 5 seconds. And it makes something stop spasming that is going to bring your orgasm on. Okay, you just finger, thumb, stick it right up underneath there and push real hard. Not hard to where it hurts. You'll actually feel throbbing on the end of your finger. Well, stop. Just keep holding it there till you don't feel the throbbing anymore. You just added about 5 to 10 minutes of pumping into your future, buddy. The girl's going to be like, oh, my God, normally he's done by now. Or, hey, this guy's a great fuck because you haven't come yet. Mm-hmm. And now she's getting into it. She's all about it. Then you repeat the process. You squeeze the base of the dick. If that doesn't work, up under the nuts, push up on that fucking thing that's pumping so hard. You've bought 5 to 10 extra minutes of fuck time.
Now that is some advice.
And I'm telling you, you think I'm crazy. It works.
Really?
It fucking works. I do it on the reg. If I feel I'm nutting too fast and I'm getting ridden, I stick my hand down there and I'll push on that motherfucker. I've just bought myself 10 more minutes of fucking. And here's my last piece of advice. If those two don't
Not ever.
work, huh?
Not ever.
What's that? No, just on this episode.
Just this episode.
But this
right.
is a real public service I'm doing today.
Oh, yeah, of course.
A lot of men come too fast.
Of course.
Especially guys that don't get laid very often.
Yeah.
Now, I don't normally come too fast because I'm fucking the same 4 women on a regular basis.
Yeah, what you're saying is you're bored.
Right.
Spruce it up, bitches.
Bored. No, I just want to see what
with you.
freaky thing they're going to do next.
I just hope one of them listens.
I
so
know
they
that one's
feel bad.
getting ready to eat my butt.
There you go. Hey.
Here's what you do if neither one of those works, and they will. When you're fucking, you get the arms pinned down, whatever you do. You picture her, you look right in her face, and put your mom's face on there. Okay, that'll stop anything from happening. The only problem with that one is that could kill the hard-on, and should.
It's a lot of weirdness going on in that one.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that one, and I've tried similar things. I don't know if I ever used
that one's more of a joke or anything.
Yeah.
They used to say when I was a kid, think about baseball.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I've done before. I've tried to do that, but
base of the dick, bottom of the nuts.
All right.
Now, the base of the dick should do it, but it's hard to fuck when you're grabbing, you're reaching in there because you can't go all the way in. Mm-hmm. So my suggestion is just automatically reach your hand around, find your nuts, go up about an inch, and push. You'll feel this thing under there just fucking going, building up the fucking pressure. You put your finger on it or your thumb, you push for about, I would say, a good 5 to 10 seconds. You'll feel it stop throbbing, and you have to start all over again. Whatever the thing is, whatever the fucking prostate or whatever it is that's making you come is totally relaxed. Now it's like you're just starting.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask one of the doctors I know what that button is.
I think the button is the seminal vesicle, I think it's called.
Ooh, listen to you, doc.
The seminal vesicle is a thing that involved in the orgasm that creates the clear stuff.
All right.
The sperm is the white stuff. The clear stuff is seminal fluid that comes out, and the only job of that seminal fluid is to aid the sperm in swimming in India.
Yeah, girls have the seminal fluid, don't they?
Correct.
Yeah.
But they don't, not seminal. They have quim, is what I call it. But try those. Try the base of the dick first. If that's not enough, push up under the nuts. 10 minutes extra of fucking. And the 10 minutes extra of fucking is from you being a fucking cocktail party joke into a pretty decent fuck when the girls are around the water cooler. And that's how I'm telling you, that's how I got half the girls I fucked in my past is I fuck them good and they tell a friend. Girls don't want to fuck somebody that their friend says is a horrible fuck.
You're all about networking.
It's all about networking. Yeah. Everything. Life is about networking. And let me tell you, I would say half the girls I've had sex with in my life were friends with someone else I had sex with.
Man, so you got a lot. You've been creating Eskimo sisters for years and years and years.
It's a network.
It's a network. The social network, even.
But that's my advice. And I'm telling you, you guys that think it doesn't work, the under the nuts one works like a champ. That's your advice this week from the Aging Cocksmith.
The Aging Cocksmith back again. I do enjoy that bit.
I love that bit. And it's good advice. I'm not giving fake advice.
Well, I'd hope not.
No, this is good shit. You're going to have about probably 20 to 30 guys pushing up under their nuts this week.
You think so?
Well, even the ones that don't get laid very often works when you're jerking off, too.
I was going to say they're going to try it when they jerk off.
Works when you're jerking off,
that's the best time to try it. When you're trying out new material, you don't go straight to the arena. You hit the local comedy club first, you know?
Exactly right.
Yeah, that's your jerking off.
You try it. You've just bought yourself extra fuck time. You're welcome.
And everyone wants to jerk off longer, right?
Absolutely. No.
No.
But jerking off is the best way to try to see what feels good. And then, that feels good right there.
I don't know. There's edgers out there.
I know. I don't like to be edged.
Hardcore edgers.
I don't like to be edged.
I don't mind it, but at the same time, I'm not doing it to myself.
I want to hit him in the side of the head. Keep going.
No, it's one thing to be edged by a girl. It's another thing to be edging by yourself. You know, that's just weird.
Edging when you're fucking is great.
That's what you
edging a blowjob. A blowjob's only function is to make you nut. So the quicker, the better. Yeah. Or to get you hard to fuck.
Or to get you hard, yeah.
That's the only goal. But if you know that you're not going to fuck some girl and she's just blowing you, get it over with.
Yeah. No, edgy. No one wants a half-hour blowjob.
Nobody. I want 5 minutes.
Yeah, I ain't trying to watch a whole episode.
I want you to get me really horny where I'm ready to fuck, or if it's going to be a nut job, I'm going to close my eyes real tight, think about whatever I have to get it over with.
Yeah. And a girl that, God, you got to be a trooper.
Yeah, I know.
What kind of jaw do you got?
I mean, I believe there's girls that truly enjoy sucking dick, but I think most of them just do it for the guy.
Well, yeah, but after a certain amount of time, it's a physical thing. It's not even like I'm into it. It's just like it would hurt.
I told you, sometimes I eat pussy, I can't smile for 3 days.
Exactly. You look like you had a stroke. Hey, guys, what happened?
I look like a stroke
victim. Julie came over last night.
You look like a stroke victim trying to whistle.
All right. Fucking... Yeah, you want to do some movie reviews or something?
Hell yes, I do. we got a special guest that's going to come in every now and then and give you a movie or TV reviews.
Yeah.
And this guy's got pretty good taste.
Do you know his name? Because I don't.
I don't.
You don't know his name? Shit. Man, maybe he'll tell us his name. Maybe he won't because he doesn't know his name. Who fucking knows?
Wait, the movie review guy. Isn't his name Mr. Bert?
Mr. Bert?
I think it's Mr. Bert.
Mr. Bert. What a weird name.
Yeah, I think that's his
name. Why would it be Mr. Bert?
I don't know. Maybe Bert is some part of his name, like Burton or whatever, but his name is Mr. Bert.
Bertfield or something like that. Berfenstein. You think he's a Jew?
No.
Don't tell Kanye. That crazy motherfucker. Anyway, we might get the Kanye later. Who knows? All right.
Well, so anyway, for those of you that are Netflix and chill people, and you're looking for a new series to watch, which I often am, and Mr. Bert actually recommended to me, because I was a big Breaking Bad guy, that I started Better Call Saul, which I'm doing this week from the very beginning. And I'm going to watch that all the way through.
I liked the first couple seasons, and then I dropped out. It was just too much. I don't watch much TV. I really don't. Like I go through periods.
I see a lot of Facebook posts from you watching this, watching that.
Yeah, but those are the only times.
Oh, is it really?
You know, and like that's literally, if I post that, okay, I'm watching TV, but that's it. And I
watch
usually
a ton of TV.
And I do that stuff so I get other people's opinions of it. So if it's a series, they can like warn me, hey, don't waste your all fucking time with this shit.
Well, when you're single and live alone, you watch a lot of TV.
Fair enough. I spend a stupid amount of time on the computer. Like I'm just not a TV guy. I read and shit.
But I don't like to watch more than one series at a time because I don't like to be distracted about what's going on here. Like when I watch Squid Games or whatever, I watched every bit of that and I didn't touch any other series.
No, I'm the same way. I'm one series at a time. And that's why I get really mad if the series sucks. But all right, Mr. Bert stopping by.
And please include the Mr. Okay. He's very sensitive about that. Mr. Bert.
I got an idea for a movie, and here's my pitch. I get a job and quit my band, and you stop being a bitch.
Hi, it's Mr. Bert. I'm just stopping by. We doing a movie review. We're going to do this every so often. Just give you my thoughts on what's going on. Now, Mr. Bert knows a lot of things. Now, Mr. Bert reads. Mr. Bert watches movies. Mr. Bert watches TV. All right? And every once in a while, I watch a lot of TV. This week, I watched a lot of TV. First off, I visited Kevin Smith for an old classic called Clerks 3. Now, I like Clerks 1, classic movie. I like Clerks 2, a little bit different, good movie. Clerks 3 was a pile of shit. You know what I mean? Kevin Smith just out there jerking himself off. I watched that last Silent J and Bob, or whatever the fuck it's called. It was awful, too. He does the same jokes he's been doing for 20 years. We just can't do this anymore, Mr. Kevin. Move on, fuckface. Okay. You know what else I watched? It's a new Netflix series. It's called The Watcher. You know what you shouldn't do? Watch The Watcher, because it's fucking horrible. The Watcher does nothing but waste your time. First couple of episodes, you think it's going to be good, and you find out it's a true story. Well, Mr. Bert just don't sit on his hands. Mr. Bert moves on. Mr. Bert reads, and Mr. Bert read that it's not really a fucking true story. All right? Here's the thing. Someone sent a letter to a guy's house. It scared him. Boo-hoo. He moved. That's it. That was the story. Well, in the show, they make all sorts of dumb shit up, and then they never tell you the fucking ending. So don't waste your fucking time. And I'm sorry if you're 2 episodes in and I ruined it, but go fuck yourself. You shouldn't waste your time on that one. Anyhow, next I tried to watch Dahmer. Now, you would think that'd be good. Now, that Jeremy Renner fella, he's a hell of an actor. He does a great job. But who gives a shit? What kind of fucking psycho can watch that show? All right? Oh, this is Dahmer being creepy, touching some dudes and then killing them. We already know how it's going to end. It's just creepy at this point. I got 3 episodes in and I was like, why the fuck am I watching this? Am I a serial killer? No, I'm not a serial killer. I'm moving on. So, yeah, it's all right. I don't mind it. You waste your time if you will. But if you finish the whole series, I'm going to think you're a psycho. All right, and the last review. This is a book. Now, this was recommended by a fellow I know named Jim Pope. He's kind of a goober, but, you know, he reads. I respect his opinion. He respected me. He told me to read Tom Robbins, so I checked out Even Cowgirls Get the Blues. I picked it out because there's an artist I like. You know, he has this song with the same name. Well, turns out this fucking book sucks. All right, maybe you like it. Maybe you like the way he talks. Maybe you like the way he writes, where he uses all these words and it's all mumbo jumbo. I don't. It was a waste of my fucking time. And guess what? You gonna make a whole book about someone having a big thumb and hitchhiking? Go fuck yourself. All right. Well, that's it. That's Mr. Bert. I'll see you some other time. Thank you for listening.
Now listen up, people. Every now and then, you'll get a good piece of advice. Mr. Bert happens to know what's good and what's not from my experience. So if he tells you it sucks, if he says it's okay, then you might want to watch it. But if he tells you flat out it sucks, get off of it. There's nothing to watch.
Well, he didn't really like much of anything, did he? He just bitched about everything.
Yeah, this time he just bitched. But he's a handsome dude, and I got a little feeling he might be gay.
Mr. Bert?
Yeah, I think Mr. Bert might like Mr. Dick.
I don't know what's up with that dude. He looks a lot like me and it creeps me out. But outside of that.
But here's the thing, people. And, you know, this is going to be pointless because we ask you guys to write in. You never do.
Yeah.
If there's a movie or a series you want Mr. Bert to review.
Oh, that'd be great.
Let him know.
Yeah, you're right, Mr. Bert. He'll review anything you want. I'll watch it with Mr. Bert. And make sure that he's watching.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I had to hang out with that weirdo. So you guys, you're getting the good part. You just get to listen to him babble. I got to fucking sit there and watch movies with him. And he incessantly talks the whole time. Yeah. I don't even know how he watches the show. He
will also listen to new bands.
Of course. Music reviews, yes.
He does anything entertainment related.
Mm-hmm. Very swell fella. And I don't think he's gay.
You don't?
No.
You know better than me.
I think he's asexual. I think he's, you know. Maybe pansexual. He might get into some weird shit.
Getting with anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that reminds me, I will be doing a new bit for you too. Every now and then. This isn't going to be a daily or a weekly bit. I'll be doing it probably once a month. I'll be trying out different sex toys for you to. Some will be alone, some will be with a partner, but you don't waste your money on the stuff that's no good. So I'll be helping you out with that.
That's nice of you, buddy.
It is too. You know, I'm willing to fuck a cock sleeve. So you don't waste your money.
Fuck a cock sleeve.
Yeah.
That's nice of you. Hey, you want to do a name your price?
I got one.
All right. Well, then let's do it. You know, I order these by alphabet, and then every single time I can't fucking find them. It's a weird thing. Oh, if you go real fast like this, you get through all of our stuff. But here it is. Damn.
Name your price.
Man, I keep on going to that guest screen every single time. So you guys get a shot of our empty seat.
Yeah, and the tits and the ass. Well, anytime you can show tits and ass is a good thing.
Yeah, but none of them are that great.
No, but a lot of them
actually, that ass right there is perfect.
Perfect.
That's a perfect ass. I don't think there is perfect tits over there, but there is at least 1 or 2 perfect asses.
My perfect tits there would be the second row down, second one in.
Damn.
The one that look like eyes looking at you.
Well, tell me.
Because I like little nipples.
You're a little nip guy?
Yeah.
I don't mind little nipples.
I like little nipples.
I don't like big nipples.
I don't like this. And I'm talking about areolas really more than nipples. I like them little.
No, I get what you're saying.
Cherry
You don't want
size.
the, you don't want dinner plates.
Right. I do not want
Those
dinner
gross
plates.
me out.
Me too.
I'm sorry. And I know
Even though it's just skin.
it's like the girl don't do it, so you really shouldn't hate the girl for
Right.
it. But it's just like, sorry.
Well, there's things that you find appealing and things you don't. I'm sure that
girls aren't into little dicks
I'm
either.
sure
So
that when I fucking come to your house to get naked, you're not really thrilled about the belly, but it's there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
can't
You
do
can
much
always
about
say,
it.
"Hey, you had a great dick, and we had a great time." I didn't like the belly that much, but everything else was all right.
yeah,
Take the good with the bad.
it's true.
All right, name your price. For those first-time listeners, I want a legitimate price. I don't want anything that's, $1 billion. It's got to be an honest amount. Okay, Jason, you get a telephone call from a woman named Helen Miller. Okay, Helen Miller is 97 years old.
Who was it?
Okay, she's dying. Doctors have just told her that she's terminal. She's got lots of things. She's got several different kinds of cancers. Plus, she's also got really bad skin condition with lesions and shit up and down her whole body. But she's got a little nest egg. A little bit of a nest egg and no family to give it to. Jason, look, I'll be dead in 3 days. I need someone to come over here, lick my pussy and fuck me real good once more before I die. She's got a bag on the side. Poop bag.
Poop bag?
Yeah. But she really wants one more night of intimacy and pleasure before she dies.
She's picking me?
Name your price. Yeah, she wants you. She likes hairy guys.
God.
So name your price. This woman is looks like a typical geriatric.
Dude, I'm not hairy. I got a beard. To the outside of having a beard, I'm not hairy at all.
She likes guys like you.
Okay, fair enough. But you just said hairy guy. I'm like, dude, you can't even see. Like, if you'd think I shaved my legs if you looked at my legs. It's just.
She's got a poop bag hanging.
Yeah.
She's got open sores up and down her body, and she's 90-some years old.
90 open source poop bag, but a lot of money. Oh well, it's been my money.
The sores aren't going to give you anything.
Yeah.
You're not going to contract anything by going over there.
Yeah.
But she needs a good barebacking and some oral play, and she wants one more night of intimacy before she dies. Name your price.
Boy, she picked the wrong one. Bad taste, this lady. So we're gonna have to get her. 25,000.
25,000
Dude, open source.
that aren't going to give you anything.
I don't care.
They're not
Open
gonna give you
source. Licking a snake isn't gonna hurt you. You know what I mean? In the end, licking a snake is not gonna hurt you. Unless it bites you. But you know what I mean. If I can promise you a snake doesn't bite you, would you lick the snake?
No.
It's not gonna hurt you.
I don't like snakes.
I don't
terrified.
like open source.
All right,
So,
I get
you
that.
know what I mean?
but
Like, no,
25,000.
25,000. I thought I was going cheap. I thought
Well,
I was
you're-
giving this bitch a deal.
Your price and mine are a little different.
Yeah, they usually are, and that's fine. You're higher on some things. I'm lower on some things. Who knows?
I'm hitting it for 10 grand.
10 grand.
Yeah, 10 grand is 10 grand will pay off your car. 10 grand will, give you a fucking couple of hell of a nice vacations. And all you're doing is giving this woman a little pleasure before she goes. Not only
You're looking at it as a
am
service.
I getting money, it's an act of mercy here.
An act of mercy.
I'm like an angel. Okay,
You're
10
just
grand.
like an angel.
And she can still find whatever charity she wants to donate that extra 15 grand from, you and me leaving. I'm hitting you, Helen, for $10,000.
Congratulations, Helen. You get a little Chris in your life for 10,000.
You get a lot of Chris in your life for 10,000.
Well, you get a little Jason and for 20,000. So
25, huh? That was your
or
price.
25. Okay, yeah, 20.
All right, well, I like it.
Hey, you might have talked me down. Maybe I'll do 20,000, but it wouldn't go any lower than that. Open
wouldn't.
source, dude. Ew.
Open source, yeah, but
Name your price to lick a snake.
there isn't one.
Yeah, we can't. That's your rules. You can't do a no price.
Okay, what kind of snake? Poisonous?
It's not biting you.
It's not going to bite me?
No, you're just gonna lick it, like someone holds it or does whatever, and you're.
I'm not licking the head or anything.
No, you're licking. They're holding the end and the top, and you're going right down the spine all the way. Nice, let's say 15-inch snake. You got to go 14 inches down the snake's back with a nice.
I'd need 50,000. I need 50,000.
50,000?
I'm terrified of snakes.
I know you
dude.
are.
Terrified.
And it's a live
And
one.
I think even if they're holding the head and stuff, I'm still going into it thinking any second now I can have a fucking heart attack.
Did you hear about the zoo yesterday?
No.
The king cobra got loose in the snake house.
At Cincinnati Zoo?
Yeah, and apparently someone saw it. They're watching the whole thing as this cobra's like escaping his thing. They're like, what the fuck? And then it got out and they're like, is it safe around here? That cobra just got out. They're like, fuck no, it's not safe. Everybody get the fuck out, and they eventually found it. Well, I don't know if they found it or not. Last I heard,
at the Cincinnati Zoo.
Cincinnati Zoo, the king cobra got out of the cage.
With people walking around looking at it.
All hanging out in the reptile house, yeah.
Oh, see, now I won't ever go in the reptile house again in case they didn't get it.
Well,
what if the thing got out,
they probably got
climbed
it
into a hole, laid some fucking eggs, and there's babies in there fucking
what to get
gestating?
How to get pregnant?
Who knows? It fucked.
How?
They breed them.
Yeah, but it's by itself. I don't know if they're breeding.
That's not the point. That's like one of the most dangerous snakes on the face of the planet. And this toolbox is sitting there watching it climb out going, is that normal? Alex, what do you think of that?
Fucking Alex was out there tending to the king cobra.
You know what? Honestly, though, the thing about it is, let's say I was in the zoo. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking in the reptile house, and I'm uncomfortable in the reptile house anyway. I'm not like, can't be in here. I just, it just gives me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies, If I saw the king cobra coming out of the cage, I would run screaming out of there like such a fucking bitch that I'd never get laid again.
Hey, I can't find it now. Maybe I read it wrong. I seen something about the Swedish zoo. Maybe that was it. I could have swore I read it was the fucking Cincinnati zoo, though. But either way. And this one, though, it's 6 days. 6 days this motherfucker's been out.
All right, so people in Cincinnati, you're safe. You Swedes, you're not.
Maybe. I don't know. I swore I read that last night, so who knows? Maybe I'm just not being able to find anything now because I'm an idiot. Possible. And I'm my back's against the wall. I'm on air. People are going to think less of me if I can't do something right. So
yeah, but the snake thing to me, that's
your camera's just fucking up there.
That's a real fucking thing. If I was in there when that was going on, I mean, I'd grab my kid and run out like the place was on fire.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm not as scared of snakes as you are. I'm not scared. Scared. I like that one.
I accept that.
Yeah, whatever, dude. I gave up on this whole talking thing's just too much for me to handle.
Yeah,
so
dude. I don't know, man. And I wonder if there's any kind of thing you can do, some kind of fucking mantra or whatever to stop these fucking fears, because that's a real one.
You want to go down to fucking Peru and take some ayahuasca to get over your snake fears?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Because I'm sure there's going to be some snakes in Peru that can get you close and comfortable.
I don't know. If a snake literally went across here, it's not like I'm going to go, I'm going to get up on a fucking stool or something. I'm going to stand where it can't see me. I'm going to have somebody open the fucking door and then I'm going to sprint in. It's that kind of fear where it's like, okay, there's one in here and I fucking know it. Keep your wits, man. Keep your wits.
See, if there was one in here and I knew it, I mean, I'm not hanging out in here, but I would just, slowly walk inside.
But it's your garage, man. You got to find this fucker.
Well, I don't. I'll call a hillbilly. I mean, you can find a hillbilly on Facebook.
Critter getters.
Yeah, some fucking toothless fuck from Batavia that's going to come by. Oh, shit, man. That's just garbage steak, you fucking pussy. Throw it out in the woods or whatever.
That's just a cobra from the Swedish zoo.
It's the third cobra I caught this week, man. Claremont's weird. Those things probably do get loose all the time because there's assholes around this place that's out there buying exotic snakes. I used to deliver to a guy in Mount Washington. His whole wall was full of tanks of snakes. He'd order Papa John's every fucking 2 weeks or so. Yeah. And it was just like, and you knew you're looking at them like, these aren't legal snakes. You're buying some off-market fucking crazy-looking snakes.
I got a friend who
just
lives
sitting here in Mount Washington smoking pot looking at them.
New Richmond?
Yeah, what about it?
Isn't that east?
Yeah, east is that way, but yes.
Well, yeah, it's out past Georgetown and all that. My friend lives out there.
New Richmond is literally only like 15 minutes from here. If you were to take Kellogg right there where Riverbend is and just keep on going east, about 15 minutes, you're right there. So it's easy to get to because it's got a 55-mile-per-hour highway basically. That leads right to it.
Well, a friend of mine that used to be a bouncer at the bar. He's got a good job, all that stuff, family guy. But as a sideline, he has opened up a business selling snakes. All constrictor types, so I guess pythons and boas and stuff like that. So he's got a fucking room just packed full of these things. Now, I think if I was smart enough, which I'm not a fucking, a snake expert.
We know, move on.
If I could look at a snake and tell if it was poisonous or not, I might not be as afraid of the non-poisonous ones. But the whole point is I can't tell.
Yeah, well.
I'm not going to look under his eyes for a pit.
But you're in Cincinnati now.
There's poisonous ones here.
There's copperheads here, but they ain't going to kill you.
There's water moccasins here, too.
Well, don't get in the water. And I think water moccasins and copperheads are the same snake, basically. But either way, we do have poisonous snakes, but I've lived here my whole life, have never seen a copperhead snake. Never. I know they exist, but I've never personally seen it.
There's timber rattlers here, too.
I don't think there's no fucking rattlers here.
There's timber rattlers.
There's probably some assholes that bought one and let it loose. That's about it. And that's a problem with like fucking assholes like your friend there breeding snakes and sending them off. Now in Florida, they got all these kind of big pythons and shit because all these breeders would let them loose or the people would buy them and then realize they grow to be 11 feet fucking long and you have to get rid of them.
And then they just let them go.
They just let them go, and now these motherfuckers are bred and they're fucking up the whole ecosystem down there.
What counties in Ohio have timber rattlesnakes? Adams, Scioto, Pike, Ross, Gala, Jackson, Vinton, and Hawking. All of those have timber rattlesnakes.
And you live in none of those. All of those are at least an hour and a half east into the mountains.
But they're still here. I mean...
No, they're not. They're there.
You think there's some invisible fence around the fucking county that says, hey, snake, don't cross this?
No, I think they don't give a fuck about this landscape. They fit in that landscape because it's hilly and all that other shit. You're naming the mountainous counties of Ohio. Those are all east, right when the Appalachians start.
They average 40 inches long. Now, like I said, if I could tell... hey, that's a rat snake. It's not going to kill me. I probably wouldn't be as much of a bitch as I am with snakes, but I can't, and I don't know.
I still ain't fucking with them. My dad used to just go back and, a snake, and he'd go grab a shovel and fucking chop it in half and act like it's no big deal. I ain't doing that shit.
Me neither.
Like, there was a snake in my yard not that long ago, a big black one that was climbing up the tree back there, and I was just like, that's where he lives. All right. You know what I mean? I'm not going back there and chopping him up. It was 4 or 5 feet.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
Going up your tree.
Yeah. No, this was a long time ago now I think about it. But either way, what my point was is I'm not going back there and going, snake, and he was chopping his fucking head off and moving on. I just stood away from it.
But I mean, my fear...
and luckily, it was before we had Dookie, because Duke would have fought the snake. My other dog, Wolf, don't give a fuck about a snake, so he just look at it and move on with his life. But if we had Duke, then we would have had a battle, and then I would have seen what that snake was about. So, and honestly, Duke would have fucked up a snake. So,
well, yeah. So... where are we at in this episode?
We're about ending, I guess, right? You got to get out of here, all that stuff, so we may as well get started.
Going to Kings Island today.
Oh, yeah.
A little Halloween haunt.
You just do the Halloween thing for your kid, right? That's not like a...
Oh, no, I do it for him.
You're not doing the rides, right?
We're doing the rides.
Oh, you are doing the rides?
Oh, he's a big coaster guy now.
All the coasters still open?
All of them are still open. Now, the only
nice.
ones he doesn't... the biggest one he's been on so far is the Beast.
Okay.
And the Mystic Timbers.
If you can do the Beast, you can do any of them, just because it's so rough.
That's what I told him. I said he's a little fearful of the height of the Diamondback and the Orion. Mm-hmm. And I keep telling him, because I ride with him, and as soon as you start going down on the Beast, he's fucking woo, doing all that stuff.
The height don't really matter. I mean, It does, but it doesn't. The thing about roller coasters that are hard to handle a lot of times is the beating you and shit. If they're smooth...
For him, it's the climb up.
Oh, just the anxiety of the climb up?
The height. He's got a little bit of a height issue, but I said, the Beast is pretty high, dude.
Yeah.
And you always love that.
Yeah, he'd be fine.
Yeah, I think it'd be fine, too. And the Diamondback and the Orion have no loops. You don't go upside down one time.
Does anybody have loops in Kings Island anymore?
Oh, yeah.
Because they took out the Vortex. I haven't been to Kings Island in 20-something years. So.
Flight of Fear and the Stunt Coaster.
Yeah, too fat to be comfortable at Kings Island. It's they can get me in those seats, but it's... and then you hear a click, and then you can't breathe for fucking 5.5 minutes. So it's not.
Last time we went, this was so fucking funny because we went on the Racer, and that thing clicks down, just a lap bar.
Yep.
And if you notice on the Racer, for those of you from Cincinnati, every time you go up one of those hills or down, your body kind of tries to lift up out of the seat. That's half the fun of it.
It does, yeah.
It's called what gravity. I was doing is I was sitting there, and I had my hands on my lap for some reason, and as I went up, I pushed the thing down and was literally squashing my balls and dick, and it won't give. Once you click it, it's not moving. So that was like on the first hill. So the rest of the fucking ride, I'm sitting there going like this. My fucking nuts hurt so bad. I was trying to adjust my legs. Nothing helped.
You're going with him. So did you guys do back or front?
He likes a little both. He likes to try this and try that.
I mean, backwards or front? Does the racer
the
still
racer only goes forward now.
What?
Both cars only
What?
go forward.
What's the point?
That's what I'm saying.
That was the only attraction of the racer.
Well, and the worst part about
I
it
rode
is,
frontwards racer.
unless it's a real busy night, sometimes on the racer, only one car will be running, period.
Yeah. I mean, like, the frontwards racer is a good intro coaster for kids. But, I mean, as an adult or even a teenager, you didn't do the frontward racer.
No,
you go back. That's the only way it was kind of fun, you know? Because it was different. There was no other ones like that. I wonder why.
I don't know.
Because that side was always busier. Like, you know, when you would go the lines, the backward side, you'd wait a little bit. The frontward, you usually get right in.
Yeah.
So that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened.
I don't know. It's all forward now.
Oh, God damn. Fuck you, Kings Island.
Okay, I'm in.
Glad I haven't been there forever. All right. Well, you got a fuck you?
This week I don't.
Oh, fuck,
I just had my asshole. Do you have a fuck you?
Well, maybe we can get into it. All right, my fuck you is the biggest news of the week as far as media and bullshit. Old Kanye. And I'm not saying fuck you to Kanye, because here's the thing about Kanye is Kanye. You know, he's a crazy person, or whatever the fuck he calls himself. I'm going to call him Kanye for the rest of my life. You don't get to change your names. Yeah. Stop it. Knock it off.
I think it's yay.
Yay, which means God, if
he thinks he is.
He thinks he's God. He's a fucking psycho. But that's his thing, is Kanye's a psycho. So if Kanye goes out there and says some stupid shit, I just go, well, that's him being him. He's just looking for attention. That's his whole brand.
Yeah. Is
to get attention. He's a little bit different. That's his whole thing. All right. I think he had I think whatever happened when his jaw got rewired, was that a crash or some shit like?
Car wreck, I think.
I think he also got some brain damage or something, because the guy's just a bit of a psycho.
He's totally psycho.
I have less of a problem with him than I do his supporters and his blindly loyal followers. It's fucking weird. The hitch your fucking wagon that ride is fucking weird.
Are you talking about the people, the extremist, anti-racism extremists that says he's only losing his contracts because he's black?
Well, I don't think those are because you can't be anti-racist and support Kanye. Kanye is racist. He just came out pretty hardcore.
Some of the crazy people don't fucking look at it that way.
Well, but you can't take them serious. Well, they're irrational people. Move on. Yeah. It's kind of the same way I feel about Kanye himself. Right. He's an irrational person. Move on. Why are we paying attention to him? But these people are so, and that's what bothers me, is they think it's because he's black that he's getting canceled. When Mel Gibson came out and said "fuck the Jews," also his career has never been the same. Ever. All right? You can't
He
do
was
that.
like the A-list actor, and now you might see him as a bit part, maybe.
You can talk shit, nowadays especially. Back in the 80s and 90s, you could be a little bit more racist about certain things, but nowadays the only people that it's safe to pick on is white people. You can come out and you can rip us. For the most part, we're not going to give a shit. And the people that do give a shit, who cares? Yeah. You know what I mean? Those are mostly like Trumpers and shit, so who cares? Like,
yeah, but you can't go after blacks, Jews, gays, trans people.
You can't just say some shit like that.
That's a career ender.
And expect to get away with it. And the funny thing is Adidas dropped, and you know how Adidas got started. It was during the Nazi time. I mean, the Adidas was the official brand of the Nazis for a long time. There was a guy named Adi and a guy named Das. That's the name came together or whatever, and I forget the details of which one's which. But either way, one of them was like a full hardcore Nazi, and he's the one that ended up taking over the company. So Adidas has Nazi roots, but they've got away from that. They're allowed to change their mind over 80 years. So they came out and they said, "Fuck you, Kanye," and they dropped him. And
a lot of them.
And these people think
the Gap dropped him too.
Yeah, and the people that think it's because he's black or the conspiracy's real. No, you just can't be a racist, dude.
And that's the thing that kills me about these fucking people.
If that's your conspiracy is you can't be racist, then sure, but no, you can't just do shit like that. And the worst part is
we're going to have friends that defend that fucking notion, and it pisses me off because if you say anything that happens to be the truth, and the masses don't agree with it, you're a fucking idiot too. He was dropped because he was fucking racist, and I've got news for you, just letting you people know in case you didn't know. Black people can be racist too.
I don't understand why black community supports him in general. I mean, he comes out, he's with Kansas Owens in the White Lives Matter t-shirt.
He's a Trumper.
He's the one that said slavery's a choice, or was a choice rather. Like, came out against you guys too. I don't understand the support for him. And another thing I don't understand is why people think he's this fucking genius. Like, he's an all right music producer. All right, he's good.
Yeah, he's a good producer.
He's a good producer.
I don't like his music,
but no one's out there calling a decent plumber genius. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. He makes some music that people like, and he he had a generation of rap fans that loved him. You know, the Nick Minetti generation, as I kind of say it. They're that age range, the early 30s to the, you know, shit like that. And they loved him, whatever, but, you know, we had people like that, too. We're not out there calling them geniuses, though.
Right.
Like, who gives a shit? This guy gets this label, and then he's a fashion icon, and then you look the way he dresses. He just dresses like an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, we've laughed on the show about the way he dresses before. That's not fashion. It's just like,
I
hey, look
watched
at
an
me. I
interview.
look stupid. You
I
know?
watched an interview on David Letterman's new show.
Yeah, I know
my
what
next
you're
guest is whatever he did Kanye.
Yeah.
And I was listening to it, and at times, there was times where Kanye just sounded like a normal human being sitting there talking, and the times he went off on these fucking tangents.
He's crazy. I mean, there's been no secrets about Kanye's mental health either. I mean, the guy literally has issues.
But yeah.
It's the people that either back him or, you know, try to justify the way he does things. Those are the people I have more problem with than Kanye. Kanye literally has mental health issues. You know, you gotta...
I'm thinking it does, honestly, it probably does stem from that fucking car wreck. He wasn't supposed to live. He was in some kind of coma for a long while. He was fucked up over this.
Well, a lot of people say, too, is after his mom died, he completely changed. He was real close to his mom. She died, and he completely changed after that. I don't know. I don't know the guy personally. I just know that he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And he's came out and said the same basic things, like, hey, man, I am bipolar. I am blah, blah, blah. You know, so everybody
but I do
knows.
agree with you. The people that are saying he's dropped because he was black, that's insanity. I don't care who you are, what religion you are, what color you are. You can't go publicly on TV and just rip apart one of those groups. You can't do it.
Yeah, any group that's not just white people.
Right.
You can shit on white people. We're cool. We're fine. But you know what
Well,
I mean?
and you know what? We kind of have it coming. We shit on all of you for hundreds of years.
Exactly. You know what I mean? We got it coming. I don't
turn,
care.
yeah.
I don't want you to outwardly be mean to me because I'm white. Like, but I can take the jokes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
the jokes are, But
it's
Kanye's
fine.
weren't jokes.
I got them coming.
Kanye's anti-Semitic rant was not a joke.
None of us picked our race, but I get that my race has had it pretty good for a long fucking time, so I'll take a little bit of shit.
But no, and the thing about this, it said within probably a week, his billionaire status was gone because so much money was tied up in those endorsements.
Well, especially the Adidas thing.
Yeah.
Adidas thing.
And Gap. Gap was
according
worth
to, I think, Forbes, they say his wealth went from 1.3 billion to 400 million when Adidas dropped them. Now Kanye is saying that he lost $2 billion in the deal, and I don't know who's right and who's wrong about that. I don't know how Forbes can know every single detail about this guy's portfolio, or I don't know how that shit works.
Forbes has 1,000 attorneys to do nothing.
I get it,
but
but I don't know who's right about that. But either way, he definitely lost a lot of fucking money.
Well, you know what? It's his own fucking fault.
But there's also people out there that think that he's doing this on purpose. He wanted to be dropped from Adidas because he thinks that he could go out and get his own factories and make even more money. Because a lot of people are saying that Yeezys were pretty much floating Adidas. You know what I mean? But those shoes were so popular and so expensive that they made such a big portion of Adidas's thing. If he took all that money himself instead of just getting a portion of it, that he'd come out more. But the thing is you can't come out this badly.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
He could have been photographed wearing Nikes for a couple of times out of
Something
events.
like that. There's
they would
better
have
ways
kicked
to
him
go
off
about
for
it.
that, right?
Yeah,
but to go on a fucking racist tirade, you're ruining your entire character.
And well, and I'm not. If I see anybody wearing Yeezys, I'm going to make fun of him instantly.
Yeah.
Hey, you got the Jew hater shoes.
I mean, what do you think Adidas would think if they saw him out at some fucking Hollywood party and he's wearing a pair of Air Jordans?
Yeah, exactly.
3-4 times. They're going to dump him. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know if they dump him because there's just so much money. But either way, is that the proper way to do it? That's why I don't think that conspiracy is correct. I think
none of these huge companies will fucking stay married to anybody who does the racist or fucking sexist shit.
I think Kanye is just Kanye, and he's a crazy person. He did some crazy shit, and now it's backfiring, and he's too fucking stubborn and stupid to admit that it was his fault, and his fans are just idiots.
All right, I just came up with a fuck you because it's something that's been bothering me for the last week, and you know for a fact that on the Brittany Griner shit, I was always like, you broke the fucking law, dummy.
Yeah.
But fuck you, Russia. You've proven your fucking point.
Russia sucks, dude.
Are you really, truly going to give a fucking woman nine
years.
fucking years for having a vape pen? You know what? I am all for you arresting her because she broke the law. I'm all for you keeping her in there for a couple of months to teach her a fucking lesson about doing this shit again.
Yeah.
But going through the appeal process, you refuse to drop it? Fuck you, Russia. She's learned her lesson, I promise you. You've made your fucking point. You're the superpower.
I never
let her out now.
I never really looked into it. What is there like? Okay, let's say there's a Russian that gets busted with a weed cartridge. What's their sentence? They also get 9 years?
Yeah, same shit.
Okay, so they're not just making
Well, it's a scale from this to this.
I mean, fuck you, yes. Like there's laws
for the weed, it's
insane.
like here, any judge can give you a different amount of time.
But it's Russia. I don't even think you're legally allowed being gay in Russia.
You're not.
You? Yeah,
gay is prison time.
Yeah, Russia's fucked up, man. Like that's a fucked up
like I
country.
said, like I said, Brittany Griner, I'm not a fan. I'm not a WNBA fan, and I don't fucking know shit about her. But what I do know is she's been in there like a year now. You've made your fucking point. Let her out now.
I agree. I 100% agree. They could have let her. They could have made her do a month in hard Russian prison and let her out, and I think she would have learned her fucking lesson.
Right. But take her whole fucking life away, 9 years of her fucking life.
I honestly thought it was a political thing, and the only reason they weren't letting her out is because fuck America. That's what they're thinking. But if they do that to their own people, shit. Russia
they do.
Russia just sucks.
Yeah, I think they probably. I would imagine that Brittany Griner got the top end, the long end of the scale. Well, maybe a Russian might get the 5 to 10. Russia might get 5.
Russia's a fucked up.
But the whole point is, can you imagine being the guy in Russia selling weed and getting caught? You're going away for life, dude. You might even get killed.
Hey, you know what Russia also got this week?
What's that?
Another UFC belt, man. Islam Makhachev.
Yeah,
he beat Charles Oliveira up. Not only beat him, but just shut him down and made him look like he wasn't good. And I know how good that guy is. So it's just this guy's probably gonna be a champion for a long time. He's your new Dagestanian champion, and that region is so fucked up. Those guys are such good wrestlers and such good fighters, but the region itself, like 2 of them got in a fight. It was Khabib's brother, who fights for Bellator, and Kazmat, this new fucking asshole that's from that area too, got in a fight at the side of the ring. They're going at it. And then that night they get called by a Chechen warlord to tell them that they can't fight and they got to be friends. And the next day they're friends.
No way.
Yeah, so these bad motherfuckers can beat the shit out of anyone, but these fucking warlord calls them and tells them what to do. They're like, all right, I'm trying to keep my head.
Well, because that warlord takes out their whole family if they don't do what he's told. You know what I'm saying?
It's just such a...
Everyone you've ever known is going to get annihilated.
It's such a crazy region, and MMA fans just don't pay any attention to the craziness of that. You're like, do you understand how nuts that is? Like, could you imagine in America, Biden calling up fucking John Jones and telling him, hey, you got to do this or else? You know what I mean? And that happening. But over there, it's just like a normal thing.
Well,
and they all still love the guy, or at least they do in
Well,
public.
see, Chechnya and Russia have been in a war for 100 fucking years. They hate each other. So I would imagine if you're from that region and Chechnya tells you what to do, because it's pretty much lawless over there from what I've read.
I thought Chechnya was part of Russia.
It is.
Okay.
But it's one of
But they
those
wanna
kind
be
of one of those
independent?
Ukrainian things.
Okay.
The Chechens and the Russians.
Yeah, I don't really understand, because I know that's all Russian, but like those Dagestanians and stuff, I don't even think about them as Russians. You know what I mean?
And I find even tougher part to think of them as Muslims.
Well,
they're in Russia.
Yeah, but they're Muslim. That's what I think of them as Muslims. I think of them as a bunch of, Middle Eastern or whatever that region moved up the Russia into the mountains there.
They're close.
And then they became, that. But I don't really think of when I think of Russians, I think of, Evo, even though he's not Russian.
Right. I know what you mean.
Yeah. I expect some white guy in a fucking tracksuit,
with short brown hair.
Looking shady.
With a bad haircut.
And have look out into the ether like they've seen people's fingers cut off for 40 years and now they just can't look straight.
Yeah, that's a weird part of the world, man.
Yeah, fuck Russia. But leave me alone. Never come after me. I'm scared of you. All right, that's all I got to say this week.
Me too. Episode 147 is in the books, and we look forward to seeing you fuckers next week. Hey, write in.
Write in. shutupcincinnati@gmail.com. Check us out at shutupcincinnati.com.
You know what we should do,
Subscribe, please, on YouTube. That helps us out big time. You guys, you used to subscribe to us, and now you don't anymore. And I know you still listen.
What I think we should do is, because these people are obviously lazy, I think that we should come up with a phone number. If they have questions or comments, they can call and leave a voicemail.
We've done that before. It was never used. I did have a phone number.
You did?
Yeah, our first 10 episodes, I got one of those Google phone numbers, and no one ever called it or anything. So
fuck you guys.
Yeah, it's just, people don't like to participate because they're afraid, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Don't let fear control you, people.
All right. Till next week. Stick maybe 3 fingers tonight up your butthole. See how it works out, guys.
I don't think my hands have the
I wouldn't
dexterity
suggest
to do
it,
that.
but I suggest it to you, not me.
Later.
You can kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now. Subscribe and share. Fuck off.
fuck off.